Welcome, everybody. Tonight, I just wanted us to talk and inspire each other, specifically about ways that we can keep our minds straight, optimistic, and positive in these times. In the artwork that I drew up, you'll see what I wrote there. It's actually not complicated. And maybe I should just ask each one of you what you thought about what I wrote on the invitation, and what made you want to come to the meeting tonight by what I wrote, and how do you feel aligned? Who's willing to start?
I will start, Tundi.
Go for it.
Yeah, because I think this is something that's been very, I suppose, relevant in my life about joy. I kept getting the message that I need to have more joy in my life, and I used to think, well, I'm a happy person, but then when I really actually sat and thought about it, for me, there's a difference between joy and happy. I'm a happy person, but I don't always have joy in my life. So joy for me is something that I have to cultivate. It's something that I have to, when I say, and it's about a doing. And I really had to think about what makes me joyful, and how do I feel when I'm full of joy? Let's put it that way. And I came up with the idea, or the thing is that when I'm feeling joy, I feel exhilarated. I feel almost like enthusiastic, and the way that when I feel like that is when I'm actually making a difference when I say in people's lives, when I'm helping my clients, and things like that. So my joy for me comes from making a difference, because I think I'm working from a place of being passionate about what it is that I do. So I'm working on cultivating more joy in my life, because I do feel healthier when I'm joyful. Yeah. So yes, that's the joy aspect in my life. I also find that what helps keep me, I suppose, focused and present is to have like little rituals, and they're different. And I don't do the same ritual all the time. It just depends on what I'm inspired to do. Now, maybe at night I would read something inspirational or spiritual or whatever, and do a gratitude. And I think nighttime, it is also just about naming 3 miracles in my life, and that can be simple things. I don't know, the fact that I got to work and there was no load shedding is a miracle sometimes for me. And yeah, in the morning also just setting the intention of what it is that I'm wanting to create for the day. I do find that kind of like works for me. So yeah, it's something that I strive to do every single day. I don't always get it right, believe you me, I don't. But even if I just get one little thing, it's better than not doing anything at all. So yeah, so that's me.
Thank you. That's great. Thank you very much. Somebody next, Daryl, you can go.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi. So I think I agree a lot with what Teresa said, because I find myself I'm a happy person, but currently I'm not going through a very joyful state, and I think it's a process. I'm an optimistic person, and I think my joy is believing. So I believe in a better future, and I'm currently in the building process of building my joy, and I think it's like she said, for me, it's a daily practice to do things. So a lot like a ritual, finding things to do on a daily basis that grounds you and brings you back into focus. You know, because currently a lot of people work very hard day to day, and I think life overtakes your intentions and what you would rather be doing. So I find myself in a place right now where I'm earning a living and not really living. So I have plans to get out of that and build a better life for myself, a more joyful, more simplistic life. And so my joy lies in my hope at the moment. But I think joy comes from awareness, like understanding that it's within ourselves, and that's why I think, like she said, it is a work in. It's a process that, like spiritual path, steps you can take, and so a lot of my joy lies in my hope that every day is a gift, and if we do things in a certain way, we get rewarded in a certain way. So yeah, I think my joy is in life, really. Just being alive and having this opportunity, which I'm grateful for every day. So looking at those simple things in my life, like not the heaviness of responsibility and jobs and earning a living, but focusing rather on the sunrise and the sunset and walking on grass barefoot, and you know, those moments really make me happy again. Pretty much.
Yeah. And cuddling cats and dogs.
Yes, animals, definitely.
Yeah.
Love my animals.
Yeah. I agree. It's important to consciously make those decisions, to take that time, make that new habit, ritual habit, create and culture those habits so that they become completely natural to do it, and that when you don't have time to do it, that you actually feel cheated.
Yes, I feel frustrated. Like for me,
Yeah.
also physical exercise. I enjoy my running and stuff, and if my day is too busy and I don't get a chance to fit that in, I feel frustrated. Like I feel cheated, like you say. I feel like I lost that hour and I didn't have the chance to, you know, it's a body-mind connection. So for me, it's either yoga in the morning or a run in the afternoon. And if I don't get the chance to do that, I get a little bit angry that I didn't get that chance to build on the physical aspect, so to say.
Yeah. Great. Anybody else to add? And then we can once we all shared, we can just start talking about different things that all connect with us. Who's next?
I'll go next.
Go for it, Elsie.
Okay, I so agree with Daryl and Teresa that joy is one of the key aspects, but it is bleeding. So what I started doing, and it was a struggle at first, is asking myself what really makes me happy, what gives me joy, and sometimes it takes time. And I also started asking my clients and my friends, and ask them to add anything that you really enjoy to every day. And by coming into that habit, I see some of them as well, they start feeling true joy. And whenever I speak to someone and I say goodbye, I will ask them, what are you going to do today that's really nice? And so at first they fear my question, and then they started asking it back at me, so that I can also be reminded of doing something that is really nice. And the other thing that I started adding, I started sewing my own clothes again, and not from a pattern, but I'm not good at all, and it is not perfect garments in any way, but it really feels as if I came home again when I started creating things that is different from the stuff that is so beautiful in the shops, but still it comes from your inside and it's an expression of yourself. So those two things. Sorry, that's dog.
Okay. Yeah, actually being creative is very so worth it. Does it? It kind of wakes up the heart and soul. Okay.
Sure.
Thanks, Elsie. Right, Marlene.
Hi, Tundi. You know, in today's times, there's just so much sort of ugliness in your face when you switch on a TV or not switch on a TV or listen to people or look at stuff on your phone. So I find consciously you have to try and make yourself feel the joy. And I find that if I can laugh, whether it's with a person or whether it's from watching a clip, just that little giggle sometimes when you're watching that clip and you go, you know, you'll actually notice the shift in your body. So for me also just to try and get away from what is reality, or maybe it's not even reality, from whatever's being pushed at us to bring us down, is to try and see the beauty, have a good laugh. And I find that's with the animals in your life as well. If you've got a cat or a dog, they bring that joy, they bring that little bit of a giggle, that laughter. And I think that makes a big difference to a person. And you have to consciously do this. You have to consciously look for something, because often I sit and I look at myself, or I sit and I feel, and I think, you know what, you're actually miserable. I just don't feel good. I don't feel nice at all. So for me, you have to consciously shift that away, shift away from it, and look for that positivity and look for that niceness in life. And I find being with friends and people that are of like-minded ideas and get together and have a laugh, that is what it's all about really at the end of the day.
Yeah. Yeah. It is good to laugh. Thank you. Right. Who's next? Yvonne?
I knew you were going to pick on me next. I had my finger on the button. Oh, goodness. Okay, yeah, that's a good one. I usually start the day setting an intention. I very often put it on the balancer, which is very motivating because I know something's continuing out there once I've put it out. I also keep very active. I'm hyperactive by nature, as Marlene well knows. I can't sit still for 5 minutes. So I've always got something on the go. Then, of course, I love my work, which is very helpful. That's my big passion. And then my other passion, if I find I've taken a dip, like when the power's off for too long, I just go and get busy in the garden. And honestly, within minutes, I've forgotten about whatever's going on. It's a total transformation. And I've transformed a really cut little garden here with those many hours that I've been spending. And then I like to reward myself. Also kitties. I've got 4, big help, ooh, especially at night. And then I like to reward myself at the end of the day with a nice glass of red wine. So that does it for me.
Cool. That sounds like it's a good idea every now and then. Yeah, I like it.
And of course the laughing. Yeah, it's true. Laughter is the best medicine. I mean, there was a wonderful guy, of course I can't remember his name. He cured himself of cancer. He wrote a book. Oh, jeepers, now his name's not going to come. But he booked himself into a hotel when he discovered he had terminal cancer. This is quite a while ago, maybe 20 years actually, I discovered him. And he just watched comedies. And he actually laughed himself into 100% health. So I support Miles there. That is so important. So it's good that we keep each other chuckling with our little funny memes and things.
Yeah, I find that there have had times in my life that were so horrible that I actually struggled to laugh. But it's important to not lose that absolute innocence of laughing from the belly, like we used to when we were kids.
Yes, yes. There's some very good comedians. There's some really cuck ones. But would I lie to you? That British humor gets me. When I watch those, they're so sharp. So that usually gets me going. And there's, of course, old Mr. Bean and Monty Python and all those. But yeah, they're my fail-safe. If nothing else has made me laugh, and I'll look into one of those.
Yeah.
But also, joy really is being part of a group like this, where there is a glimmer of big light, big glimmer, because we're doing things together. I really do appreciate that very much. So thank you.
Yeah. Good. We're here to inspire and keep each other on track. That's
yes.
important. Yeah. And so the reason I did this tonight was because if we are not mentally strong, if we don't cultivate these habits, and we are not whole, we are not going to be able to reach the people in our communities, and actually reach a bigger influence around us, because our vibration is going to be so low that people are not going to take us seriously because we are in the doldrums. But if our vibration is good, we're optimistic, we're joyful, we're healthy, people will know, not just by our words, but by our actions, that we're actually trying, we are the change that we want to see there.
There's one other point I would like to just make that I learned from my lovely son many, many years ago when he was very young, actually, and he still does it. Wherever he goes, he ended up in a township here taking photographs. He just says, oh, these people are so wonderful. Oh, I had such a beautiful time. Wherever he is, because he flies, he's a pilot, he flies all over the world, always. Oh, what beautiful people here. And I said to him, you know, I learned a valuable lesson from you many years ago. He never walked past anybody, be it a sweeper or a security guard, without greeting them and maybe having a little chat. And it's so nice. I've put that into practice as well. And it's so rewarding because, you know, somebody being noticed, their faces just light up and then that lights you up again. So it's a lovely exchange.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's all from me. Over and out.
Thank you. Thank you. It's all good.
Lovely.
All right. Sylvia, do you want to be next?
Yes, thank you, Tandy, and thank you, everybody. I'm going to keep it very short and sweet. It's lovely just to listen for a change, and I appreciate everything that everybody has shared. I can associate really with each and every single one. I make distinction also between joy and happiness. The joy of the Lord is my strength. I've recently again reconnected, and I am not the happiest person, but I take it day by day. I've gone through a terrible time of depression since I stopped working, and I had to make peace with the fact that I can now actually start living. And that is going out in the morning, opening the cage for my chickens, going to fetch my own eggs for breakfast, growing a little bit of vegetables, love my garden, love my pets. I'm a nature person. And it's really awesome to hear what everybody is sharing. We really do all need each other and to build each other. So thank you for the opportunity.
It's a pleasure. Thank you for being here. Mr. Greg. Greg, are you there?
Can you guys hear me?
Now we
There
can
we go.
go for it.
This. Wow. Hey, you guys are all beautiful. Everybody, ladies, gentlemen, thank you all for sharing and caring and being part of what really the world needs to move in the directions we want it to go in, to be better than the way we found it. I don't know what to say. Geez, you guys pretty much said it all. Laughter's the best medicine. Food is the best medicine for the body. Laughter, nature, prayer, meditation, best food for the spirit. Love is best food for the soul. And if I could share one thing, 60 seconds. Everybody just take a slow, controlled breath in for 3 seconds. Breathe in for 3. Go. Hold it for 3. Slowly controlled exhale for 3. Hold the empty lung for 3. And then inhale. And now you've just reset your body rhythm and your biorhythm, and you've calmed yourself physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually just by doing a little biorhythm exercise of energy work and slowing your breathing. And if you repeat that and bring it up to 5, and then deeper and deeper, and the further you go, the more relaxed, the more calm, the more energized I become, and go back to source. I like to see a thread coming from my belly button, shooting straight through my body to the core of the earth, grabbing a silver thread from Sacred Mother Gaia, bring it all the way back up through my chakras, through the crown, straight to the center of the sunshine, grabbing a golden thread, bringing it back down, right through my crown, through my chakras, back to my belly button, radiating with a positive connection to Father Universe and a neutral earth connection to Mother Gaia. And just like a light bulb, when we've got that neutral earth wire and that positive wire, the double helix is the filament and we become enlightened.
Thank you, Greg.
That's it.
And what is your daily habit?
I do prayer, yoga, meditation every morning before I even get out of bed. And I do it in the evening before I go to sleep when I'm laying in bed. And then throughout the course of the day, anytime you need. The power of prayer has been scientifically proven. A friend of mine, she once expressed it quite eloquently. She said, prayer is when we speak with God. You mustn't speak to God, you must speak with God, one with God. So prayer is when we speak with God, and meditation is when we listen with God.
Yeah. Very good.
And the two make a communication. That's a conversation.
Yeah.
Love and light, everybody.
Cool. Thank you. Thank you. Or
hey everybody. I was wondering if anybody is interested to do born networking, and people could mention more of their skill set, because it's nice to meet everybody and get a kind of idea of what's your strength. What's your like I could say that I enjoy energy efficiency and I'm great in the garden and I've got a green thumb, and those are things that I would love to partake in. So what are some things, and education is my backbone, and what are some things that other people might like to partake in as a team?
Okay, me. I've kind of like not done much lately. I love walking. I enjoy baking. Every now and then I like making food, not every day. I really enjoy connecting with people one-on-one and having a decent conversation and getting to know people, because life is about people. I really like being creative. I do all kinds of crafts when I've got my setup going. Like Elsie, I also sew. I just haven't sewed any clothes myself for ages. I also do macrame, and I don't paint anymore, but I used to paint. Yeah, that's me. Anyone else? Okay. Let me ask, Teresa, anything else on your heart?
I was just about to unmute myself, so yeah. Okay. I think for me, I too, I'm also a very creative person. I enjoy gardening, I enjoy baking, and I love cooking. I do recycling. I attempt to make compost. No, I haven't mastered that yet, so I'm still busy working on that. So yes, I'm very passionate about the environment and trying to live. I think living, well, I call myself a holistic living and healing practitioner. And I think it's about living authentically and powerfully and consciously, being aware of our actions and things like that. So I think also connecting with like-minded people is having a really good conversation. And something that I've really started to listen to again is music. I do find that just lifts my spirit, any kind of music. So yes, that's kind of like me.
Cool. This song was really lovely.
It was beautiful. I find music at the moment, I've made like a playlist of just songs, but like happy, joyful songs. And every morning I just listen to 3 or 4, and it just kind of like puts my soul and my vibration into a different place. So yes. Thanks for sharing that, Dundee.
Pleasure. Great. Daryl, what have you got to share?
Also music. I love music, playing the guitar and singing, mostly to myself. And walks too. Like I say, I enjoy my jogging, but walking too in nature, and also the holistic living. I'm very into health, and my health is my wealth. So taking care of my body and my soul. And like I said, again, about joy and spirituality, I think it's a process. It's steps we got to do and work through. And so pursuing that, keeping busy, and that's about it.
Cool. All good. That's nice. Thank you.
Pleasure.
Right. All right. Elsie.
Okay. Yeah, I also like doing things with other people. Instead of just having coffee and idle chat, I like doing things with them and having a common goal. If you've read the Celestial Prophecy, there it explains how one can take in energy from your food and from prayer and meditation, and then one can exchange energy with other people. But once you have a common goal, that's a very good kind of energy. When you start achieving the goal, that comes back to you. So I always find that that's nice to do. And for a job, I'm a psychotherapist, and my strong point there is to help people connect with their bodies again, because you cannot connect to source when you cannot connect to your body. I strongly believe that. And when you have joy, it's an automatic connection to the body. You cannot experience joy without experiencing it through your body. And yes, and once you are able to connect your body, you will see that it's easier to work through emotions of anxiety and depression. And yes, I also experiencing them. So Tandi, I really appreciate this evening, because we are really going through turbulent times, and we all have times when we struggle a bit to stay positive, and then we really have to make an effort. And it's nice when people do it in a group, because nobody stays strong all the time and nobody stays weak all the time. So the group together pull each other through. Yeah, I think that's what I can add.
Yeah. See, we really do need to be strong. And whenever we can, a couple of years ago, I allowed myself, I made the decision that I can allow myself only so much time of misery. And then I've got to like say, okay, misery, there's the door, get out. We've got to now kick back into action. And the more I've practiced it, the easier it's become. And then just you can turn yourself around when you have those bad days. Although today was crazy. I don't know if anyone else experienced this extreme exhaustion and tiredness and foggy mind. Today was really hectic. But anyway, yeah. Yvonne or Marlene, do you want to share with us?
I'm happy
Hi,
to.
Tandy. Sorry.
You go first, Miles.
I also find for me music lately, but it's not just the music, commercial music. I do psychedelic journeys and stuff, so there's a certain type of music that just brings total joy to the heart when listening to it. And then I find as well, when I do get very angry, obviously you want to lash out at people, and that is destructive. You know, I don't believe in hurting people, so you can get rid of that anger another way. So usually when I'm sitting in my car, I'm either singing away by myself, because then at least nobody else can hear me. And then also when I'm in my car and I want to get rid of frustration and get rid of anger, get it out of my system, because if we suppress it, it's going to be there. It wants to come out all the time. And I find when I sit in my car, I start screaming. And I know nobody else can hear. I'm not being destructive. I'm not harming anybody else. So I can scream and scream and scream. And sometimes I come home and I can't talk because my voice is hoarse from all the screaming. But I can't tell you how good I feel after that, just getting rid of whatever's in the body, releasing it out into the atmosphere without harming anybody.
Thank you. That's true. Got to get it out. For me to get it out, some good walking sorts me out. But brisk, then I'm like sorted. Yeah. Okay. Anyone else?
Okay, yes, because we've both chipped in together there. I'll just say, it's been lovely hearing everybody's ideas. We've all got some wonderful stuff, and it seems that music is the common denominator. And for me, yes, the right music at the right time, oh my gosh, it just changes things. And I've seen it with my grandchildren as well. We've got some music that we love, like We Are the People. When I put that on, there's just a total change. And everybody starts dancing, even the little 10-month-old starts jiggling around. It's amazing, the right music at the right time. So I agree with all of those. Thanks, everybody. I've learned a lot tonight. It's been absolutely super.
Nice, gentle one.
Yes.
Well, thank you very much. Greg, did you want to say something?
I just wanted to add that in the 90s, to combat road rage, what the Japanese did was the buses. They actually had, on the buses, they had laughter therapy sessions where an instructor would stand on the bus and he would teach everyone how to laugh and do laughter therapy. And it was taught in public in Japan. And it's a great concept, laughter therapy.
I tried that years ago. I just felt stupid.
That's where the innocent becomes. You get rid of the shield of the ego and feel really stupid. Eh? then you start properly laughing. Get past all that and let it all go.
Yeah. Anyway.
That big deep belly is your serotonin, your dopamine, your endorphins. But yeah, much love, everyone.
Thank you. All right. Let's call it a night. And then next week, same place, same time. Next week, we've got Dr. Steve Hansen speaking about allergies. So if you know anyone that suffers from allergies, perhaps get them to attend or share the recording with them afterwards. Good night and have a beautiful evening further. I've got a next meeting now at 8.
Thank
Thanks,
you, Tandy.
everybody.
Good
Thank you,
night.
everybody.
Bye.
Thank you, Tandy.
Good
Good
night.
night, everyone.